Welcome students to class 8th. As our chapter is completed, Adventure in Antarctica, let's go through the exercise part. We'll start with our question number 2 because first question is your homework. It is also very easy, okay? Then what is the first question? What was the super surprise that greeted them on Christmas Day? What was the surprise? The surprise was the invitation which they got. Okay, what was the invitation? It was an invitation for an expedition to Antarctica. Okay. Then question number 2. Pick out the expressions in the text which tell us that the children could not believe their eyes. This is your homework. You can write this in the end of the exercise. Okay. This you can do in the last. Then next question, the narrators refer to Antarctica as the fabled continent. What were the fables that the children had heard and read about before they got the invitation? So, what were the fables they read about Antarctica? That they had only read a little about Antarctica in geography textbook, and they also know that it is listed as the 7th continent of the world, largely unexplored, covered in ice and snow all year round, and it released gigantic icebergs, had cockery little penguins that look like cute butlers in their black and white plumage. Its ancient name was Terra Incognita, which is a unknown land. Okay, all this they know about Antarctica. Then what is the next question? What do you think Antarctica was named Terra Incognita? Students, Antarctica was earlier known as Terra Incognita. Okay, so they are asking what do you think, means what is your thinking about this name. What is the reason? For many centuries Europeans believed that there must be a vast land in the southern hemisphere variously called Terra Australis Incognita or unknown Southland. That's why it is known as Terra Incognita. Okay. The next question is, in the map given you can see the sailing route taken by their ship. The place Sun, the route has been numbered and some of them have been numbered inky. So it is a map, okay, and you can see in your textbook map is given. The answer is given here, Drake Passage, and that is the name of the place. From there they will be moving towards Antarctica. Okay, these are the two right answer you can put in your this question you can answer in your book itself. Okay, look at the picture. It is Ushuaia and Drake Passage. Okay, these are the two places. Okay, this is the Drake Passage and this place is the Ushuaia. Okay, the next question is, the Drake Passage is said to be the main reason why Antarctica was not discovered for a long time. What were the difficulties that seafarers faced? What is the problem? What is the difficulties they faced? What are the difficulties? It's huge gigantic waves and it is very furious experience, and everyone on the ship became very tensed about going through the Drake Passage. All these are the difficulties they faced. Now next, why is the Antarctic convergence so called? Convergence is defined as the indefinite sequence approaching to a certain number, but here convergence is defined as the meeting of different separate oceans currents. Okay, so convergence usually means the indefinite sequence approaching to a certain number, but What is the meaning of convergence in this chapter? It is defined as the meeting of different and separate ocean currents. Okay, that is, Antarctica convergence is the circle which encircles a certain area and is very high in marine productivity. Next question. Was this the first attempt made by their ship to enter the Drake Passage? How can you tell? No, it is not their first attempt. No, it is not their first attempt, because before them Sir Francis Drake also went through the dark passage. Okay, he was the first Englishman. What were the effects of big drag shake on the narrator and their parents? Skin burns and strained muscles from sliding from one end of the bird to the other. Okay. When they reached Antarctica, their first emotions were of relief and gratitude. Explain why. Yes, the emotions of author was that of relief, as that was a peaceful place unaffected from the activities of mankind, followed by that of great wonder. He was amazed at its immensity and its isolation. Simply we can say that place was incredibly beautiful and pure, which relieved the author. Okay, so students, with this our exercise part of all the important questions are over. Other left exercise, is not that much important, but we'll do in our class. Okay.